Abusia mami mo bibia kwa aba na memfa mbra mega TV and platform we eso na ene pani behwe die esi ewo Supreme Court tan keke na me say mega me fire minim se me video we no na omo edime akopiem ewo honom because kurom ha no amise mra nya adwuma yin na yeti kurom ha ena Speaker Alban Smaina Gbabin, the able speaker of our time. Oma ruling edifa a year 4 seat bia ewo parliamenta. Ojidi se sa 4 seat no. Omo declare independence. We also say or dane ne identification akwa MPP ne ade. Enti na ni nyinamuru na ewo so declare seat no 4 seat vacant. Na busia anyesi speaker no ono ni tumi so kekew na mom eye president bi happen ewo Michael Okwei, then speaker of parliament from 2020 downward one and oma ruling edifa Andrews Esiama no ye former member of parliament ewi akire odane ne ho ede call independent na busia all man MPP for Troye Ediba Bontin because according to our constitution no say ultimate ko independent and say utani way across carpet meanwhile no one political party na feeling ko different political party constitution nature say omunye de munyu free party even automatically no while you are aware international say we free party ni mu abusia eno na nso ma speaker Michael Okwei den declare aye owura no the seat as a vacant mu ye de wo so mu be na in 2024 the same thing as yesi Mamile Morrison Agona West suhum mrahye bedwani owura Kwaku Asante suhum ono nso declare ni seat as independent sansona formina mrahye bedwani kuro ya 2020 no oye independent candidate ne wasan atene ne ho as MPP parliamentary candidate enti na chese seat no na NDC for so omunipa baako kwachiaka enti na wose seat ni etwa say speaker declare vacant na we any speaker man ruling after the ruling no after ruling when say parliament so they will deal with numbers you check numbers no na say NPP for see no omakoye minority and NDC for akoye majority we after your markings sorry o say me hene ha mentia say that me ye mansoni nti odi okwaje Supreme Court ebeka so okwaje Supreme Court order edi injunction etos speaker ni ruling ni so some file applications say or the call amoma kwedin or speaker so be ya untim and declare sa de no see why imagine me nye lawyer ni but sebi you su logical you su yadwi na enu achi no na speaker enti say injunction edani declaration ne so na speaker so file ono so na application na ne lawyer ye fe no tados anase tado sorry ni tini manye ni ya mumfancheme odi omukopiem court ena me no kasei ena court no mukopie ho no na ukwa in fact court ho no anhwe ya wa obisu ma Ghana because Ghana baby adru no as if say a political party ena run the Supreme Court no it is no more independent again. In fact your court no it is no more independent again. Na awon waseme si ho ema honom ye kayus kakra ni se ye speaker Alban Smaina Gbabin the lawyer ye friend sorry identify one of the panel members na omoti sebi omoti akombia kese so omsi omo na muma ruling Supreme Court honom no as one of the MPP near wagina for member of parliament voter region omo raise consensus ne baya omo chati owura ne down ewi akiro omo sorry ekutu agina baya asem nansesa sisi amino kesei omo atru anaso omo dismiss speaker Alban Smaina Gbabin application na odi eko counter yewra Afenyo Markins die no na ne declaration na timi edi mu no court ato atwene yenko na yenko tie nsɛm die si ɛwɔ Supreme Court wɔ ne kɔba edi na aka ina ebeto aso Yakopɔn ehira wo.
My Lord, the extreme right of the President arises from some of the...
My Lord, on the extreme what?
Right to my Lady the Chief Justice. To him being impaneled in this matter arises from the fact that at a point in time, he was known to be associated with the New Patriotic Party. And in fact, he was a parliamentary candidate in one of their constituencies in the Volta region.
I think you said enough.
Very well. And
yes.
I just want to demonstrate from, especially again.
No, I think you said enough.
From the
I think you
proceedings
said,
and the
no, I think you said enough. Kindly resume your seat.
Very well, my lady.
Let's go. Okay, don't.
This is like just case communication with the
registry.
My Lord, with respect.
You gave your privilege of please stand. You gave your privilege of addressing the court to your junior, so we will not hear you, not on these matters.
My Lord,
we will not hear you.
I apologize. I was sitting in Parliament.
We will not.
Your Lordship, respectfully, we beg to move in terms of a motion paper, the supporting affidavit, and the exhibits attached. Your Lordship will rely entirely on a statement of case filed on the 17th of May 2024.
Yes, a few points.
Yes, a few points, Your Lordship.
Okay, yes, go.
Your Lordship, respectfully, this review application is brought on the strength of, where we are stating clearly that the exceptional circumstances which has led to a miscarriage of justice, which warrants the review. Yes. Your Lordship, the nature of a decision refused or neglected to pronounce and determine a specific grounds of appeal, grounds III, and the failure to pronounce on that particular ground, which in our view was material of the appeal, constitutes exceptional circumstances. Your Lordship, the authority, we take guidance and we place reliance on the authority of this Honorable Court of Tamaklo versus the Republic. Your Lordship, 2011 1 Supreme Court Ghana Law Report at page 29 was a product of a very serious inadequate consideration of the case presented. That is
what you said. You rely entirely on your statement of case, and this is what you are saying is very well articulated in your statement of case.
Yes, my lord.
So why are you rehashing your statement of case?
Respectfully, your lordship, no. I'm laying the foundation to tease out a very important point before this court.
Tease away.
Yes, my lord. Your lordship, the point is that the specific ground of appeal which is in contention Chief Justice, I apologize just a second. Your Lordship, the specific ground in contention is this, that the Court of Appeal erred in holding that the second defendant was dogs and was not owner or keeper of the dogs. Your Lordship, respectfully, if you go through the entirety of the judgment of this court, through the lines and the pages and the paragraphs, nowhere that this honorable court pronounced on this particular ground. This particular ground was formulated to bring out two critical issues, which seem to have been glossed over by the trial court and the Court of Appeal. The honorable court stated the dogs that caused that on the premises as a commercial premises because in the issue, when it comes to the issue of negligence, specifically this case where a dog bites somebody, question is who is the owner, keeper, or who has control? Because the duty bearer
has ownership and control over the premises.
Your Lordship,
From where the
yes, Your Lordship, the case is settled. Even the case where the honorable court relied upon is settled.
Also, the court actually made reference with and relied upon something.
Relied on a case that did not of answering the specific question. This court, placing reliance on the case in question, did not address that particular question.
Counsel, you see, review is conceptually different from an appeal.
Yes.
And it even came to a conclusion which is wrong.
For the original case.
You do not, our jurisdiction to review is not proper to invoke it. It's not proper to invoke our jurisdiction to review. But from what you just said, it looks like we adverted our minds to it, but the conclusion that we came to, you were not happy with it.
Respectfully, Your Lordship, not at all. Because that particular case stated emphatically, and if Your Lordships would permit me, I would read in response, direct response to Your Lordship's question, whether a person who allows a dog on his premises to cause injury is liable in negligence. And the answer is an emphatic no. Your Lordship, in the case of North versus London Council, 1930, that the knowledge of the schoolkeeper that the dogs was accustomed to attack mankind was not acquired by him as a servant of the defendant, and the plaintiff showed no cause of action against the defendant. I think, so per Lord Wright, he says, I think both
what you are referring to is clearly stated in your statement of case.
My Lord, it's not. It was stated in the statement. My Lordship, it's because of a question that has been posed. And because there was you have to be careful not to relitigate the matter. But the question is specific.
But you made reference to North versus London County Council 1994.
Yes.
I don't know, you didn't page your you didn't page your table of case, but it is there. What you are reading. I just want you, because you said you have we'll read it. So if you are going to tell us you have anything to add, that it is something that should be substantially different from what you tell if you continue to do that.
Respectfully, Your Lordship, the question that my Lord raised is what is at the heart of this review company. And we're not keeper or owner. The law is established that it is only the keeper or owner who is liable in negligence. First, who owes a duty and also is liable in negligence.
How about the owner of the premises?
My Lord, that's what we are saying that yes, my Lord.
You have referred to North versus London County Council in your statement of case.
My Lord, then that particular reference was in respect of a particular ground which had to do with leaving. My Lord, this is the point that it says in Smith versus Great Eastern Railway Company.
So hold on.
Yes.
Let me read yours out of your statement of case to you, which is not paid. My Lord, grounds 3 became relevant for consideration, having regard to the fact that the first appellate court rested its decision of imposing liability on the applicant on the strength of the authority of North versus London County Council. Yes, is a different point you seek to make now.
Yes, Your Lordship, in placing reliance on the North case, what this court was referring to was that the court had come second defendant were both owners of the dog. It is that which unsurprisingly led this court to the error it made in respect of who bears the legal duty. Your Lordship, because for review.
It's not, bear in mind that it's not an appeal.
Yes, my Lord. This is the first time we are raising that question, that there must be a distinction between the first defendant and the second defendant. No, for the review. Your Lordship, for the review of court. In the ordinary bench, the keeper and the controller of the dog, it was the defendant's dog, and therefore absolutely no duty. And my Lordship.
So are you saying, just for the sake of argument, that who had the duty, the first defendant, not the second defendant?
Absolutely. So we have not. Yes, there's a director of the
first is a director of the second defendant.
Correct.
But so the liability you are saying is for the first defendant, not the second defendant. That's what you are saying.
Absolutely.
A case. So we are live at the Supreme Court of Ghana, where is Alexander Afeyo-Markin, who is the leader of the NPP caucus in Parliament, versus, but counsel for Alexander Afeyo-Markin was led by Joe Gatti, who is MP for Ketan, and Samuel Atachia, MP for, and Adam Strai. And then also the Attorney General himself, Godfrey Yeboah-Dame, assisted by his colleague Alfred Tuah-Yeboah, and a host of preliminary objection was raised by the Attorney General, Godfrey Yeboah-Dame, regarding the process the Speaker and lawyers for the Speaker, in fact, had served the Supreme Court following their receipt of court's decision for the Parliament vacant based on their intention to file as independent members of Parliament. And on the very topical in the last couple of weeks, NDC caucus, Dr. Kesa Aguna West, Cynthia Mamle Morrison, member for, and then two other of the NPP to Parliament, had also come on the ticket of the NDC. And the second deputy speaker, Andrew Samuel-Kwesiama, who came as an independent candidate, had also switched camp. Leader of the NDC caucus, Dr. Atuforsen, prayed the Speaker to declare their seats vacant. Those seats, the Speaker, after 2 days of consideration, declared vacant. After this, the leader of the NPP caucus, Alexander Afeyo-Markin, MP for Efutu, also execution of the matter in order for the court to also have time to determine the constitutionality of declaring such seats vacant in an upcoming election, because according to him, the constitution was not so clear on that matter. Now, when the case was heard at the Supreme Court last 2 weeks Friday, the court in their capacity as sitting MPs and not have their seats. Now, after this, the courts had to serve the speaker notice of the ruling that they had done to stay execution. Mr. Speaker and through his lawyers, Thaddeus Sorry and co, also wrote back, whereas that in 7 members of parliament, or that the Thaddeus Sorry law, the service that was done by the court was not done on a Monday, and it was in contravention of the court's own ruling. And so today, the court is sitting on the matter, but just as the substantive matter was to be raised, the Attorney General, Godfrey Abuadam, rose an objection for the Speaker for they found it rather disingenuous for the court in ruling was, and so the Chief Justice, who is leading the panel, the 5-member panel of the bar, including Justice Jolene Kulendi, makes such an assertion. And so that is what has happened and transpired in court, with Mr. Sorry making his submission, and the Chief Justice is going in conclave and has gone in conclave a ruling on this preliminary objection that has been raised. We'll have my colleague Sarah Ofori joining me now, so that we look at what has happened so far. So Sarah, welcome.
Thank you.
So we now have the 5-member panel of the Supreme Court going in conclave.
I believe this is a test of democracy. 2 independent bodies, I wouldn't say at loggerheads, but in disagreement. It has been said, or the law makes it clear, that the judiciary is an independent body. So is the legislature. So as to the legislative body makes laws, and the judiciary interprets the law. But we also know that before a law is made, usually the Attorney General will make inputs before it's laid. In this case, the Constitution is what is being tested. Parliament has its own standing orders and has made a ruling, and the judiciary to find out how best right. The court proceedings is ongoing. The lawyer for the Speaker of Parliament, Mr. Alban Bagman, is trying to defend the judiciary body. So has no right, for want of a better expression, to overturn its ruling. So, I mean, this is a test of our democracy, and we live to see the outcome this case. And I know Ghanaians and the media as well to the courtroom to find out what is happening. My colleague Barbara Kuma is in the court and also monitoring the.
Thank you. So, the kind of judiciary you operating our system. The kind of judiciary Ghana you operate our system. One of the bogus judiciary ever. It's Kroma and NDC for Eddie Assem Ecopim 2020 elections. Ecopim Ewo. Ecopim Ewo. A Supreme Court. Abrana Justice Kwaku Eninu se Justice Kwabena Enimu se Hwan Enim Etiso Eti Edwam na tokonu we kra nyambae. Endie na kakra na omo akotu agina omo ba omo se 2 against 9 omo se hwan den yewie ni nyina no na chese nkofo no ruling no mo de ba abonte no chese NDC for ni case ya won waseme ewom ni se ene maami Jimensen wadan electoral commission ho MPP haboy asabi the niema oyi na emfa kwamu, but still yes MPP for so munyum ho hwe because nanado ene salete no saa Mensa we na ohia se nka obekọ court ho no na omodi na si adaka mu na omatoto na no mo bisa no eye den na o declare results no about 4 or 5 consecutive times. ABC in Ghana's political history that, and there is no easier why yes I didn't be that from for example so ABC would means also when I will break it that record. Yet one of a court so my miso and a onanti and a court assign a kufara mano extra bodyguard military phone and no mukitana bag ni $100 million bag no and mukitano and odi nanti kuruma and uya chiaguye so mi ya chia na yewia ni kunu Mensa ni kunu Mr. Mensa enka wodi enim but papa I was say me de o share ma wafre na ho yehotamakulo ai se abani ye pasun bi mi wa oyira woni ni tifi no ono ena se bi o twetwe saa ensense ne ba untimi ntulufo enenso yekoda sorry ya say the same thing happen in Supreme Court. Me see NDC for more money and now man this election. You have a long way to go. That is the fact. You people, you have a long way to go. Because a bad thing, say we need election, more be relevant political party, MPP be more irrelevant, and more them Ghana had the same kwada because when they are simple quarter in Kobe Bia a parliament or munye say omubedi or mind we should totally, and it will be even better than saying Kamunye minority. Amo say the numbers be our parliament. Amo samu speaker because speaker no more ruling na say obiti sa fenyo markings etam de kopie mu quarter. Omubesin I the awuliatia speaker not in edwema or no shemra. He knows the best, you know. Relate and in the name of judges no motiti. They are all MPP people and Akufo-Addo so mobigwa. So they are defending their party. They are not defending the interest of this country. They are not defending the interest of this country. You see the kind of country we are. I don't know. We are in the way. A burden on mine akunim, a burden a sebi on my net me any, a burden a sebi on my way any deny papa esi. See the kind of country in a room, on my room, the judiciary and the education system and a electoral commission and the energy sector and your parliament so mobile influence. See the kind of hardship by your womb where the economy has destroyed economy in the Kwanka. And the Supreme Court. What made dismissing? Now, me on Debbie America, NDC for more. Samo Yamkoponya Madum, Namuba power. We know Mosi Mamin Kain, who John Mahama. Namu our friends in opposition, our brothers in opposition, our nephews in opposition, our niece in opposition, our grandparents in opposition. Na mobe gugu mani momo na se man fa kofo yam famra kwanswa John the money Mahama e papa de obetimi awo mabro so I'm telling you platform we megina so ayo defi shout out to team eternity megina me platform we so ayo defi because ye betro se sebi obi edi sebi nsemfun obi di sebi nsemhunu wo Ghana ha the person need to be taught a lesson. The person need to be taught a lesson. The person need to be what? Scolded and give a very 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 me good men kakra me buefu me TV na chi amehwe eye me chese me dwuma me ntiase se edi ntia Ghana ene ye judges ni na they don't omumpe no koreka because mu na ye MPP for aye na nsiana Akufo-Addo okọ salati judge bi ye hwe ma no ye MPP ni me si Akufo-Addo no baabi onu adu no mfa Ghana ho Akufo-Addo baabi adu no mfa Ghana ho de ewo na adwinmu a ne se Ghana ye be den MPP bedi so Ghana so for so many years sana we Akufo-Addo adwinmu Akufo-Addo de ewo na adwinmu a ne se Ghana ye be bre Ghana ye ho be kyere ye Ghana se bi ye be fa ohia ateti ne amanemu na ekoma die okroma you don't care on fashion because Obeka Chos or nobody president oba for 3 times Ghana for ye the tikosho for 3 times into a bread or bokagu into yes Obama yes you watch yes unimo Tadwini na den trim and odi nam kuruma say me na me be the president 2008 am bomb me hwe ho 2012 na mabom hwe 2016 de Nyankopon ma do na maba. I will make sure say me den me so me ma mo akire mo, and that is the mentality we ku fa do adwene and am Ghana for na yebre sa adwene na bomia ene nam kuruma odi di ntro odi concept kese abra wontimi nya de o ka to ho kra o ntimi nya nyeye. What kind of country are we inside right now? What kind of government is this? I'm even tired and fed up of these criminals. You can't almost say my income. You can't also mega me many so painful. Dear Supreme Court ye one kasa video no. You who say Obia was standing on the ticket of MPP has been appointed as judge and a panel member. Such a crucial thing like this. Will you think say the panel be diamond? MPP ni kind say Mamile Morrison Kokwa Santi any mom or mom can come. MPP ni kind say I was by an uncle Matrelete a diababonting. Say Kufu winum say Omunyan kai kwaye Omu say Omunka who be a day and a call in the din the same. Frank Arabon pre chief majority whip, minority whip, masa onye majority. A den and oye aquani free the platforms, so whom pino a den we in the platforms. Because on him say already no, why then what free party. And now Kalete, I was Justin from Ponkodia, only MPP, national chairman, and then the bean on his uncle for a mukoma drigo no more the babonti. But the Kufado catch your Mr. Massa, no be unrelated in the ye. Akufado told them, don't allow anybody to write any public letter because I am going to resist. I am going to resist and I will make sure that I deal with a break record. You be making sure say be breaking the rules of this country, and that is what these people are doing. That is what these people are doing. They are trying to sabotage the judiciary, and the judiciary it has become one of the useless independent body in this country. It has become one of the useless and ubia munibu because and in this you know the simple quarter you know the end results. This is what has happened. And in some the book application at work and in a pampa you know to me predict Supreme Court bad time the highest court of the land which me predicted more manefa. Omu change no predict no much catch you say contempt. Meanwhile a ruling the same no baba. So what is the contempt about this? My can quarry the catch them otomo bomia who de ekoso. Some Ghana de ekoso go and vote for bomia de eche answer it is possible. Omo chire be chiro kurumana. Omo chire be chiro no. Semra bomia full any phone and odi omu ba be bro Ghana for. Because omba yama no mu yimfo omba na se omudi omu ni ntwie ne be se woni ma na koka de wo hwipi obesnya bochi ye kan na wote wono na o ye MPP de asantifo MPP de asantifo fra ene asantifo muna mo wura ni party ani ye motani ni yeso ye motani ede se bo mi ya asantini ana atole no onya egu Nisbana kayi masa de mu ye na nyu de me catch them and yet asantimam ye de aponche kra bisi wona ye hye na MPP atade beto ama and look at what is happening and if it is one MPP ni Akufado by was screaming him watch him I said you pay and it was still sign high MPP now. Do you think that this MPP is in a good position or is in a good condition? Sad. Very sad. Very sad. And then they see what Supreme Court on what demonstrated clear. How dare you say speaker Ebema ruling? And since when judiciary in the chassis then disrespect the parliament? Since when Obia in the Mimi wo misika osu wo sika ni nam na yato aduana. Can you tell me say me aduana method ma minji because aduana mboa me? No, me na me wo misika na me de to aduana. It is like parliament omo eno mo ye independent body eno mo hihye omo mbra eno mo de aba judiciary mo so mo ba ne mo pɛ no na maye se mo be kire mo si ni tiase se mo be kire maye din en de mo asem bene judiciary no because of Akufo-Addo any bomenti ene omo chinchin the judiciary no omo chinchin no mo wine no and this for mom here na say election you man when am be mobo from next year going. I'm telling you because there is nothing especially the members of parliament will be useless war. And what I'm saying is omo de so mo useless so mo anyo de bi on be je omo s gracia abruchi ndo mbeko ye de ndo mbeye but which mamuni out wonum so de na ebisi wabrabom din ebisi wabrabom eno ho asem na ye kan sisi ano mamuni a wote ho sebi wote fa bode beto mecho wote papa babida wote enkawe wote hefa a wo sebi unya aduane kura ndi udi achi na we responsible it is responsible. Hey masa just stop it. It is possible. About 8 years now you are telling me say it is possible. 8 years now. 8 years now. What is about say before me before more for chem before abrofo ne mba ene ye ade yi me problem before abrofo ne mba. What is good about this? It is possible. What is good about this? It is possible. Go me ani nko for na mombo kikan. It is possible say you hardship. It is possible say economy na say. It is possible say ene what do call the dollar $1 $1 is to 70 cedis. Mo fa ni say. Go me am asking you mo fa ni say. And this means more than 100 cedis. 2016, it was 25 years, 25 cedis. We are still saying it is possible. Minsumona kaye. Ghana for minsumona kaye and knani bekacho hweye pa. Be very careful. French bekacho. French ni bekacho attention because ya hweye na de ye kono ye toma nkofo ya. Eno ayese sebi wo sun fidi a wo de te akrantie. Obu se etoma na wayise yo manya ye hweye ni eto ye fall into the trap of MPP ya ho be mo boy kuro ya ho be mo bo Akufo-Addo ye ho mo bo na o kan ni kwa no e be mo bo asene sa Ghana ye mo bo dodo o man nyo nyaman yeti sika so so kom de ene wo ho sika na yeti so no e na ono o enjoy sika no ayara ho se mo ye kan me mfandi agro because of mine ye di ntia mega metia me ka me kwanka political party ni wiase enko bia ye yesusu se obetumi aye adwuma na ye di amano ye di mano ye test ne hwe for about 2 months no nya no nse yase ne kopege ne firo masa tranche na foforo mbra na ye test ye wa de no de ni benya de ye papa wo because me for political party nya hwe because my way ye democracy amwae o man democracy bu omo no mo ho anyi ni Africa especially West Africa Ghana democracy amwae it is a Bible ye di bu ye ho sebi ye di die ho mi wa no Bible no semi wo no eye adwuma e wo man bi so ene etia no de di bu ye ho ye di say ho ye di say japade ye di say abrabo. See the country we are in. Already unkwana ubo one only the ekoso Ghana. I know say one day Obama Ghana ye ni pa obebo Ghana because adia ye kumu di e yare hosim e yanso. Eto de me say gumebo na me hwese ya nti ade na ekoso Ghana ye mpemfo na adwempen na se be de omkirim. Ade na Ghana ya yo mo. Obi abedi so se be o wadwem papa kwa na asa. Ana tumi bi tie kondwa no so. Tumi bi ani so isu ba mpone ni adwem pone. Any greediness, wickedness. Anyway, mami fa wonsi. Enti we yen sema timi akoso Supreme Court. Kira wadwon o comment section ni onim de ekoso. Enti minua be ma me bra ma di na revival man. Ni link no e wo description ni nko na ko stream ni nwom no e wo all the digital platforms what you say. Maka so we an gospel artist our UK we move at a gospel music ni to another level sebi odi bibia wuruwurum or the spices agugum amana yede wacha se enwum utie enwum atimu se Nyankopon nwum pa ediwe Israel for nwum na no motu no osinyana yani meriba mpacho anyo no boyu na mumbe pa che mi relate to that Moses anyo ne defa Roman for dro no ma Palm Sunday osinyana yani meriba osinyana yani no riba enyu otuno antini yewe ka joza ko nyanko Sunday school da iza ba no bi kasanse anyway maza Ghana no one for bi an say ati ya no wu ato atwede because on mind dey cost no time obenya akoma ya de no wu kwa ba kasasa na kese wakoma kra yo ya o my beni oh no ya bregu Kennedy Japan kan ya bregu Ghana ya bregu Aden, oh no, it is too much. Yankopon shall subscribe. Mama me chiba for Mama in New York, United States. I salute to Mommy Yankopon shall. Mama Roya be o UK. Yankopon and Yamma make a see. Obibia or share mega TV no. Yankopon shall subscribe for a comment to like you made in share now for free. Bye bye.